Welcome to Lee Does Stuff. Today we're going to be doing doors, okay? And not doors in the regular way, but doors just with a whiz roller. I figured I would make this video because I already did a coat on these doors, but I figured this hardware right here, people run into these strips of paneling of metal and, there's all kinds of weird stuff on doors, just like this. So I figured I'd make a video and show everybody how to get around this type of stuff, how to cut it, and how to do it with just a small whiz roller. You don't always have to use a big wall roller. You can use a small whiz roller. All right, like I said, I already put a coat on here, but as you can see, sanding between coats is very necessary to knock off any burrs or anything like that. And you must sand between coats and then get going. So what I'm doing here is I'm fanning my brush out. As you can see, with the edge of the brush, I am making contact very, very slightly with that metal flashing, like metal paneling there. And the very tips of my brush will hit it. Now, when you look at it from the side, you won't be able to see anything. It'll look crisp. It'll look clean, like nothing is there. So I encourage everybody to try this method. And with this method, you don't have to use tape, and you won't have any bleed through if you use the tape, and you'll just get a great result. So I'm working my way to half the door. I'm building my box and I'm going to separate the door in two sections. I'm going to do the top section first because sometimes you get splatters when you start rolling your whiz roller or say a big wall roller. You'll get splatters, and sometimes those little splatters will end up at the bottom of your door. So I recommend always starting with the top of your door and working your way down. So as I showed there, I am literally doing two sections. I'm doing a top section of the door and I'm doing the bottom. Now, realistically, I could open up this door wide and I could just whiz this or roll this door, but there is a different color on the inside of this door. There's a different color scheme in this garage, so I have to cut this with my brush in order to not have any bleed through on the other side. Now, say if you have a foam roller or something like that with a very sharp edge, you can roll this, but I don't have this right now, so a brush works fine. And when I bring my whiz roller in, it'll be seamless, and I'll just bring it close to the edge, but you won't even see any brush marks. You won't even tell the difference. We will get a great result. So I'm cutting around the hinges and I'm cutting around the very edge of that door so that there's no bleed through on the spine of the door. All right, so we're almost done the box here. Then we're going to get our little whiz roller. We're going to get things moving here pretty quickly and start going. So here we go. If anybody's never used a little whiz roller like this, they are very handy. And traditionally you wouldn't really do doors with it, but I'm showing that you can if you need to. I mean, why not? I mean, you don't always have to use the traditional tools. There is many ways to get a job done, and this is just another tool for your arsenal in a pinch. And I'm telling you, you get a great result. I'm using Benjamin Moore Aura paint here. It lays really, really flat. And maybe sometimes you just don't want to take the time to switch out rollers and you're on a roll and you just want to do it. So break up the door in two sections. We're going to do the top part of the door and then we're going to do the bottom part of the door. And it all blends in to a beautiful masterpiece, and you get a final product that is going to look very, very, very nice. So here we go, just blending it in. Rolling the roller down and then working it back over what you did. Really blending everything in nice, laying that paint very flat, very smooth, making sure that there's no big naps. Naps are what paint will leave behind from the roller. They look like little mountainous ranges, and they can dry quite hard and make your finish look really bad if you're using too much product. So very, 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 very important to not use too much product. All right, so working on the bottom part of the door. You saw how I did the top, so I'm speeding things up here. Work our way down. So now we're going to work our way to the right side of the door, cutting around the hinge and then cutting up the side of the door there, not hitting the spine of the door, not overpainting that so that there's no bleed through on the other side. And basically it's the same process as the top. We're building our box here. And when we're done our box, we're going to take our whiz roller and we're going to whiz up to where we whizzed from the top. And we're going to have overlap. And this is what you want. This is a very, very good thing because, again, then you're not going to have any lines. It's going to be seamless. You're working fast enough. The paint is still wet that it's fast enough that you're not getting any drying and you're not getting any hardening of this paint where you're going to have brush marks. And so that when it dries, it'll be one seamless sheet. All right, so there we go. We did one door, the magic of editing here. I'm not going to show how to do the other door because how you do one thing is how you do another. And this is the finished product. Okay, let's see how the finished product looks. And as I told you, it is just it's beautiful. Like it's so soft looking. There's no brush marks. There's no lines. It turned out great, and it will turn out great for you as well. Good luck with your painting projects, and happy painting, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.